Media Advisory. Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. National Institute of Health leadership calls for population-specific considerations in study design. Pivotal studies of some biomedical HIV and sexually transmitted infection (STI) prevention interventions have excluded cisgender women or demonstrated low efficacy among them, limiting their prevention options relative to other populations who experience high HIV and STI incidence. Findings from an NIAID-funded study published in the New England Journal of Medicine today show doxycycline post-exposure prophylaxis, better known as DoxyPEP, did not prevent STI acquisition in cisgender women, despite showing promising results in gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men and transgender women in a previous study. Jean Marazzo, MD, MPH, Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, part of the National Institutes of Health, discusses these disparities and the opportunity to correct them in an accompanying editorial. The study, conducted among Kenyan cisgender women, found no significant reduction in STI incidence among those taking DoxyPEP compared to a control group. This is in contrast to the findings from a U.S. study published earlier this year in which oral doxycycline given within 72 hours of condomless sex reduced the incidence of common bacterial ST by 2/3 among gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men and transgender women. Investigators suggested these results may be due to low DoxyPEP use, high existing resistance to doxycycline among Neisseria gonorrhoeae bacteria that cause gonorrhea in the study location, and a local syphilis incidence too low to enable significant efficacy estimates. In the accompanying editorial, Dr. Marazzo describes the need to better understand the biological and behavioral factors that influence STI acquisition in cisgender women, and to consider those factors when designing future biomedical prevention studies, rather than employing a one-size-fits-all approach for all populations. Specifically, Marazzo highlights insufficient evidence on how HIV and STI prophylaxis drugs perform in cervicovaginal versus rectal tissues. She also stresses the need for studies to reflect cisgender women's sexual activity preferences, as well as common power dynamics with sex partners. Dr. Marazzo explains that these knowledge gaps have implications for improving the efficacy and acceptability of biomedical prevention interventions among cisgender women. Finally, the editorial highlights the need to address these gaps, given alarmingly high rates of congenital syphilis in the United States, as well as steady HIV incidence and low HIV pre-exposure prophylaxis uptake among U.S. cisgender women. National Institute of Health strives to increase the meaningful inclusion of diverse and representative populations in the planning, conduct, and translation of clinical research so that everyone can enjoy the benefits of scientific progress and its applications. Jean Marazzo, doxycycline post-exposure prophylaxis for ST is in women, uncertain benefit, urgent need. The New England Journal of Medicine DOI, 10.56 NEJME 3119482-023. J. Stewart et al., doxycycline prophylaxis to prevent sexually transmitted infections in women. The New England Journal of Medicine DOI 10.1056 NMO 2307-2023. NIAID Director Jean Marazzo, MD, MPH, is available to comment. NIAID conducts and supports research at National Institute of Health throughout the United States and worldwide to study the causes of infectious and immune-mediated diseases and to develop better means of preventing, diagnosing, and treating these illnesses. News releases, fact sheets, and other NIAID-related materials are available on the NIAID website. About the National Institutes of Health, National Institute of Health. National Institute of Health, the nation's medical research agency, includes 27 institutes and centers and is a component of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. National Institute of Health is the primary federal agency conducting and supporting basic, clinical, and translational medical research, and is investigating the causes, treatments, and cures for both common and rare diseases. For more information about National Institute of Health and its programs, visit www.nih.gov. National Institute of Health, turning discovery into health.